Hey guys, welcome back. So till now we have covered the fundamentals of a linked list, whereby we saw what is a linked list, why do we need to learn it, what are the types of linked list, which type is used in which case. Then we also saw how is a linked list stored in memory. I hope all these concepts are clear. Now with this video we'll start the next subtopic, that is, what are the common operations that can be performed on a linked list? So basically there are 6 operations that can be performed, that is creation of a linked list, insertion of a node in a linked list, traversal of a linked list, searching for a given value in linked list, deletion of a node from a linked list, and finally deletion of the entire linked list. Now all these 6 operations that we see here is applicable to all the 4 types of linked list that we have learned till now. So we'll go through all of these operations one by one on each type of a linked list. So let's get started. So first we'll start with the first type of linked list, that is single linked list. So when we want to create a single linked list, there are few steps involved in it. Step number 1 is we create a blank head reference, then we create a blank tail reference and initialize both of them with null. Now if you remember, the head always points to the first node in the list and tail always points to the last node in the list. But right now we don't have any node in the list, hence we initialize both of them with null, indicating that there are no nodes in this list. Now step number 2 is we create a blank node. So let's say this is node 1 that we have created. Once the node is created, we initialize the reference part of it again with a null value, indicating that it does not points to any other node. Next, we need to initialize the data part of it. So let's store number 10. So this is step number 2. Now let's say this is stored in memory at 001. Now the third step is we have to link the head and tail with this node. So all that we have to do is we have to store the address of this node in head. So we put 001 here. That will create a link between head and node 1. Now since this node 1 is the first as well as the last node in this list, tail also needs to point to this node. So again we have to insert 001 over here, and this will create a link between tail and node 1. So we saw that there are 3 steps involved in a single linked list creation. Step 1 was we created a blank head and tail, initialized both of them with null. Step 2 was we created a blank node and then we inserted a value in it, and reference part we initialized with a null. The third step was we linked head tail with the new node, which is node 1. So the steps, as you see, is extremely simple. Now let's see how does the algorithm of this looks like. So the name of the method is create single linked list, and it takes as an argument the value that needs to be stored in the node. Then the first step is we create a head and a tail pointer and initialize them with null. The second step was we create a blank node and then we insert a value in it, and the reference part of it is initialized with null. So all these 3 things needs to be done in step 2. Now step 3 is we link head with the node and we link tail with this node. So that is all as far as creation of a linked list is concerned. Now let's see what is the time and space complexity of doing this operation. So creation of a head and tail pointer is a constant time operation, hence it is order 1 time. Creation of a blank node is a constant time operation. Inserting a value is a constant time operation. Initializing the reference with a null is a constant time operation. And then linking head and tail is again constant time operation. So if we add all these operations, it comes to order of 1. Now coming to the space complexity, it is order of 1. And the reason is, all that we are doing is, we are creating a head and tail pointer and a blank node. So they are constant complexity. So that is all as far as creation of a single linked list is concerned. In the next video, let's talk about what are the different scenarios when it comes to insertion of a node in a single linked list. So that's all for this video. Thanks for your time. See you in the next video.